Hey everybody, and welcome to my page. This is Peacocks and Frenchies, and my name is Hannah Martin. Well, before we get started, I should tell you that this video is not going to be about peacocks or Frenchies. At least not this one. I wanted to share this with you because as I've been trying to contemplate on what my content will actually be about, one of the things that I know that it would absolutely be about is going to be about animals. And yes, it will be about Frenchies. I am a Frenchie mom. And you'll get to meet my dog Ghost very soon. But until then, I wanted to introduce you to these guys. So, about a month ago, I was driving my mom somewhere, and off on the side of the road, I see two little teeny puppies playing together in the grass. And they look just like a dust ball rolling around in the grass. I swear to you. Um, anyway, I drove on past to where I was about to go, but as I came back, I began to look for them. To fast forward this story, I did find them, and I found them living in horrible conditions. Their mom was tied to a house, and she was emaciated. I was told by the kids who led me there that she had a litter of 9 on July 10th, I think it is. I know they were like 7 weeks when I met them. And on July 10th, she had them. This was her second litter. Out of 9 puppies this time, these 2 guys were the only ones that survived. And when I tell you, they are the creme de la creme, they are. Strong little guys, good spirited. But when I found them, as you can tell, they were sick. Flea infested, they had worms, hadn't had any shots, just totally neglected. And so our journey began there. And so, as you can see here, I started with a good bath. I was told at dawn. It's not only the best thing to fight grease with dishes, it's also good for animals. So their initial bath was given with dawn. And then later I came back and did one with, like an oat bath for their skin. Because as you'll see in this video, their skin was very irritated. They had patches missing, and come to think of it, I look back on this video and I was thinking, oh my God, what must they be feeling while I was scrubbing them? And I didn't really even consider that their skin could have been just terribly sore. But you'll see one of them he just seemed to be mesmerized. I was hoping that they wouldn't go into shock, but they were troopers and they got through it. And here you can see that I gave one of them a bath, and then I was preparing the other one for a bath. All things considered, they did really, really well. And it just makes me think that we still have people who don't understand how wrong it is to keep animals captive that way. And I won't go into a big long thing, but as you saw when I pulled up, there was also another dog there. It was a male dog. And I asked if that dog was the father. They didn't know. They said they didn't even own that dog. It just hung around there. But I'm sure it probably was the father of at least one of the litters. It was very, very protective over the puppies, almost holding them ransom, almost like he knew I was coming to get them. And what I did was I actually bought food for the mom and for that dog. And so all it took for him to leave was for me to put the food down. They were just that hungry. And while he was protecting these 2 puppies, at first when I pulled up, When I put the food down, he abandoned that mission and left them there. So I had cleared with the owner or whoever it was that where the dogs were staying. I cleared with her that I was going to take the puppies and take them to a vet to see about them, get them taken care of. And she was like, fine. I asked her what happened to the rest of them. Again, she said they had died. And prior to that, there was another litter of 12. And that was a bit unbelievable because if you had seen the, I mean, the shape that the mother was in, I mean, she literally looked like something from Halloween. Um, just, I don't see how she carried any puppies at all. But I encouraged her, meaning the owner, I encouraged her to turn the dogs in. And I left it there. I left it there. I don't, my intention was not to get anybody in trouble. I just wanted to save these little guys. And so that's what I did. I brought them home and scrubbed them both up. And so now I have two companions. So just a little bit about me. Um, I'm 58 years old. And for all intent and purposes, I'm still out here chasing dreams. I am a chef. I am a minister. I am a teacher. And my dream is to create a place that can be a safe haven for people, for souls that look like this. If you look a little closer at them, you can see that fleas are still everywhere. Fleas are crawling all over them, but we took care of that. But this is after like 2 baths. They still had fleas, but they were extremely tired. And as you can see, they dozed off. But just to tell you a little bit more about where I'm heading, my dream is to create a homestead where we could have a healing place. It could be a healing place for people who are re-entering society, people who are sick and tired of society, people who come from broken homes, people who come from who are just broken. And I will do the best I can to help heal them or to facilitate God's healing, because that's truly the only thing that can heal us. Heal us as people, heal us as a nation. And, I want to create that place. So in this vlog, you'll see me on my search for land. You'll see me in my day-to-day teaching. I do teach at the high school and I teach at a college. I am a chef, so I am at the college I teach culinary arts, and at the high school I teach the same. And I'm an ice cream entrepreneur. I make my own ice cream and I sell it. So I have a business, J&S Ice Cream and Treats, and you'll follow me with some of my dealings with that. But these two guys will be my constant companions. So I studied long and hard about how and what to name them. And I look at their scars and I know that they're going to be healed from these, just like I was healed from mine. And, this has been quite a journey. I'm not going to say that I'm unique. Everybody goes through something. But at 58, most of my classmates, this is 2 weeks after I got them, most of my classmates are retiring and they've found their happy ending and they're just living out their lives quietly. I haven't gotten there yet. I just haven't gotten there yet. Not until I get the land that I feel God has for me. Not until I have completely built a place where people can come and just hang out until their season is up, until they find their healing, until they find some peace. And I just hope that God uses me to create that space. Look at these guys. 2 weeks after I found them, look at them. They're happy, they're healing, their hair is growing back, and they are the most rambunctious little guys that I have seen in a while. Um, and they love each other. They go after each other. You should hear them sometimes, but they're gonna be my constant companion. So when I thought about all the things that I could name these guys, the fact that they're, the last two of the litter, and I'm looking at, their wounds that are healing and how strong they are and how much they've come to love me just as much as I love them. So what would I name these guys? Look at them. What would I name them? So on this journey, you'll see that they have grown nicely into the names that I've decided to give them. Because like I said, I don't think that I was just their angel. They've become mine, the both of them, my little guys. And so I decided to name them something from a TV show that I used to watch. A lot of you may not agree, but their battle scars and their personalities put together, I think they represent exactly the circumstance that I named them out of. And they're full of life. They're full of life. But when I found them, they weren't so full of life. And so these guys have truly, truly been through the fire. They have been through so much in their short little lives, and they've bounced back. And I feel like that mirrors my life. I have some stories to tell, and I'm gonna tell my story, but not in a way that will try to solicit, sorrow or pity, because I'm living my life. I'm living my life every day. I do what I love. All I'm praying for now is just that we can find a peaceful place to call our own and to build it out like we want. And so, yeah, we've all been through the fire. We've all been through some hardships, but I do believe that at the end of all of the pain and all of the suffering, that there will be joy, and that we'll have our farm, our homestead, Peacocks and Frenchies, all living in harmony and in peace and in healing. One day, very soon. I hope that you guys will come along for the ride as we tell our story. So, what did I name these little guys? Well, look at them. Wow. So full of life. Different from what they were when I found them. And now they have a little bit of joy and things to continue to live for. Look, they're healing. Hair's coming back. Hair's coming back. Healthy little guys. Healthy little guys. On their way to growing and being everything they were intended to be. So, I just decided to name my two little guys, my two little angels. Well, I'd love to see some of your comments. But without further ado, with a drum roll, I'd like for you to meet, if you know, you know, Mike and Terry. They're my two guardians. So I introduce to you now Mike and Terry. Those are my little guys. I hope you'll hang out with us and come and hear more of our story. Thanks.